Yeah, all the secrets. Welcome, everybody in the internet world. Let me turn off this ticker here. Oh, Aaron is so smart. Wes is so smart. We're going to try this. Internet comments need to let us know if you can hear. Can you hear me on the internet? Can you hear me on the internet? We're going to check our comments real fast. We've got 10 folks looking. All you got to say is yes or no, you can hear me on the internet, because I know these people here can hear me because they're here. Welcome, everybody. Just a couple housekeeping notes. This is our first time here at Southside Garage. Pleasantly surprised with the space. We come here quite a bit. I can't wait till we get to use the outside area because we got a little bit more room. But thanks for making an adjustment across the street. Also, thanks to Chris from South Coast for providing pizza tonight. We've got slices of pie in there, $3 a piece, cash or credit card over there. So I've got a nod from somebody who just listened in on the internet. Randy Connor says here, and Claire and Ed Han are watching. Welcome, Hans. I don't see your son here, by the way, Clarion. So that's my housekeeping notes. Aaron, I'm going to give it to you.
I know, I'm just kidding. All right, who's been out riding, obviously, before today? Any trail reports? Anything good?
Dusty dry.
Yeah. Not today. Wow. Anybody traveled anywhere lately?
We had the Loyston ride over the weekend. Anybody do the 3 or 6 hours of Loyston? Oh, we got 2 fingers. I heard it rained at the end of that race. Okay.
Oh.
Probably good for conditions, honestly.
Yeah. And how about the Wednesday evening series races? Has anyone been doing those?
Oh. I got one in. It was fun. I did Baker Creek.
Nice.
Baker Creek?
Yeah.
Did I see you did that on a drop bar bike?
Yeah, I rated gravel bike.
Wow.
It was fun.
What course do they use at that place? They use
up Redbud, down Floyd, and I think the second one is up Floyd, down Redbud.
Okay, gotcha. Very good.
All right, that was my big part there.
All right. I got to give Aaron more parts, evidently. Event recap. So a few things happened last month. Tony and the crew, you guys had work day over at Concord. Good report to be had there. Do you want to speak on it, or you want me to?
Well, considering all the rain, I'm very surprised we had 13 people.
Okay, yeah, it did pour. Yeah, the day before, but light rain on Saturday, the day of the work day. 13 people showed up. Thanks.
The corridors clear and rubbed out. They got something ready. That'll happen here soon.
Excellent. All right, so thanks everybody who worked on that. Oh, we did. We totally skipped over our weather report. Dave Stanley. And Lyle.
Guys, it is wet, and there's the promise of it being even wetter. Looks like it's going to be a wet week, but hey, it's cool outside, so go to those wet weather destinations. Your Sharps Ridge, your Loyston, your year-round Get Down. Those are the big 3, right? Big South Fork if you're feeling adventurous. Also a good wet weather destination. But it's a little cooler, and that's going to be followed by what? 3 to 4 months of warm? Oh, hot, right, Lyle? You say hi, Granddaddy? All right. Granddaddy's out there in the internet world. Hey, Dad.
Dad, make sure to post up in the comments. So let me get my agenda, because if we stand over here, Aaron, they can see us, which is perfect. All right, so Rome Fest was in town. So that was over 300 ladies who took over the trail network for a weekend here. Fantastic to have that crew in town. Again, they have 2 other Rome Fest locations. This year they had Knoxville, Sedona, and Fruita. So we're not on a bad list there. Ash invited me down in the afternoon to tour the site. Really cool having the layout underneath the James White Parkway there at the end. They had quite a few demo trucks out, so that gives us some promise for Fall Fest. Hopefully we'll get some demos in the rotation this year. The event was 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And not only were we a benefit of the raffle that they put on, which we appreciate very much, but also we were the benefit of Trail Workday on Sunday. And so had the pleasure of meeting a crew over and taking a crew over to William Hasty. We worked on some more of the sinkhole improvements. You may have noticed over the last couple of weeks, we knocked off Chris Kmeier gave us a list of like 40 different items we need to do on Sinkhole Trail to make it more approachable. And so we ticked off another 3 items off of that list, which is very good. Alex is nodding his head. He approves. And we're just going to keep knocking those items off the list. Got a great email actually this last week from one of the residents who hikes at Hasty all the time. They appreciate everybody's hard work at Hasty this year. And from that Rome Fest workday, I had ladies from all across the country working. So that was what was so cool about this. It wasn't just a festival for Knoxville. It was a festival for the country. Heck, they might have had international riders, honestly.
I think she's from Peru.
Peru, wow, yeah.
And I had met her at the BC Bike Race in
Uh-huh.
2015. She was like volunteering.
Oh, awesome.
Rachel, like, I raised my hand, we were like,
She was on my work crew. She lives in BC. Yep. So, yeah, that's awesome.
And she finally had a shirt on that said BC Bike Race. We were like, that's where you're from. She was great there too. She's an awesome volunteer.
That's good to hear. Open Streets was the same day as our workday over with Rome. Luckily, Carter and the folks at the drop-in basically stood in for us for that. So if you haven't been to an Open Streets, it was a blazing hot one, but this one was right here on Sevier Avenue. Basically, they just shut down the street, and it's a pedestrian, bike-friendly festival for a pop-up for an afternoon. So keep your ears tuned. That is put on by Bike Walk Knoxville. Then lastly, events. I've been noticing on the YouTubes and on the internet that the Lone Wolf, who was in town month before last, who was doing a bike shootout, has started to sort of trickle out some videos. And so if you follow the Lone Wolf channel, you'll notice that quite a few of those videos, all their backdrops are Knoxville, which is pretty doggone cool to think that that folks not only are coming for Rome Fest to Knoxville, but also to test bikes here. Let's see here, work party reports. That's from last month's agenda, Aaron. How did I do that? That agenda item is not needed. Events. How to plug in, Aaron. How do we plug in?
Get on the website. All right, we have AYC updates from Mike. Where are you, Mike?
Oh, sorry. Mike sent an email late in the day. He's not available, but AYC, Appalachian Youth Cycling, and I don't see any of the current coaches here. Anyway, they are looking for some additional coaches. They've got practices 2 days a week. They canceled tonight's practice for obvious reasons. But if you are at all interested in shepherding the youth of Knoxville through cycling, consider volunteering with AYC. So the information for that is on our website, ambcknox.org/AYC. Thanks, Mike.
Madeline, where's Madeline? I'm just kidding. Come on up. May 24th, Joyride Summer Loop. Tell us about it.
Well, it's getting canceled. Well, it's getting rescheduled to May 31st because the trails are going to be too wet. But if you're any ladies that you know in your life want to get into mountain biking or just started mountain biking or want to learn more of the trails in the area, where AMBC Joyride's hosting South Loop Summer Series, where we go to a different parking lot each. Well, it depends on the schedule, but every Monday or Tuesday, the schedule's online. I'm sorry, y'all. Because it's already had to change twice. But just look online, Facebook. There's going to be updates. But we meet in different parking lots and try to master that section of the South Loop. And at the end of the summer, on July 31st, we're all going to meet and ride the South Loop together. So if you guys know anybody who wants to get into mountain biking learn the trails, let me know. And AMBC Joyride. Am I missing anything? No. Okay. Awesome.
Go like the Facebook.
Oh, wait, sorry.
The next time we're meeting at Anderson School, and we're riding in Hasty. So we're riding Sydney Bell to Margaret Road, up Mitchie's Way, a Little View Park, and then up Shadow Run, and then back down. So it should be really fun.
Yay! All right, are we going to run the Sonos shuttles on the 26th?
Assuming the weather's good, yes.
Okay. I don't want
It
to.
is a weather-dependent.
Okay.
Riding trails is weather-dependent.
All right, Knott's Brew Tours and Knoxville Outdoor Tours will have shuttles from 5 until 7:30. We have a shuttle trailer from our friends at Windrock Bike Park, so we can run 7 shuttles an hour. And so fast. Later that evening, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Rain or shine. May 26th, both Print Shop and Alliance are hosting Pike Nights for Joyride and AMBC. So grab your bike, go to both places, support everybody. What'd you say? You should always wear a helmet, Marcy. I should always definitely wear. I should probably wear one here. All right, and Big Fun Tuesdays are back at Meads, and that is the first Tuesday of each month. And Matthew walked away. Oh, go get your drink.
Okay.
Just kidding. Dinner and a show. No, I'm just kidding. He's coming back. And you got a mule. Ugh.
It's a delightful thing about being at the garage is we can have liquor drinks. Hopefully the speaker will hold it. Okay, so you got us caught up to Big Fun Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
Okay, so first Tuesday of the month. I know it's super confusing of when we do this. Basically, we committed to IMS the first Tuesday of each month. So if you love cross country, if you love eating from a food truck, if you like beer, socializing, cross country, and swimming in a quarry, you should be there the first Tuesday of each month.
Are they having bands again this
Bands included. That's correct. And they organize all that for us, which is pretty awesome. Okay. Greg spoke at the last meeting. The last meeting was a little loud. You may not have heard Greg speak. Greg is doing a study on physical output, basically your caloric output on a pump track. He needs participant studies for a thesis. So he's trying to graduate. He needs folks that are in the age range, and I know this excludes a number of people, including myself. My notes are on one of these. There it is. Okay, he needs participants 18 to 40. So, yeah. All right, we have one person that can participate, Doug, who is actually competent on the track too. That's another requirement. I was going to mention that as like a side thing, you know. Something may be competent. So, Wes, I'm going to get you Doug's email because Doug needs help with this thing. Yeah, exactly. So it'll be great to see what kind of research he does with those numbers. But okay, so last month I also tried to speak about May 17th, which is tomorrow. No, was last week. That's right. We tried to launch a project last week. Last week, we were supposed to launch a joint project with the drop-in, and we canceled it. We said no go. We're not doing it on the 17th because we have a major announcement on the 31st of May now. It got pushed back. But so on May 31st, which is a Tuesday, we should be able to talk more about our partnership with the drop-in, which I think everybody knows about, that AMBC is partnering with the drop-in on the 4 new trails that are going in over there. They're 2 super rowdy, super fun, all-weather trails. There are 2 connector trails, which are, one in particular is still a great, fun trail. One is truly a connector trail. I can't really say it's going to be rowdy at all. Sorry, Carter.
It'll be fun.
It's going to allow you to do new things in the urban wilderness, make new connections through to IMS. You're going to use Marie Myers Park in a totally different way. And I'm speaking about it in sort of generalities because the cool thing about the drop-in is that they're donating access, public access, and perpetuity to these trails, which is awesome, okay? No small donation. we're going to be matching part of their donation, basically. And so on the 31st, we're going to start raising money for that, and we think we've got an announcement on the 31st to help us towards that goal. So stay tuned. That's going to be very similar to our other pushes for trail funding. So we'll blow it out via email, via Instagram and Facebook. And if you guys can just do what you can monetarily wise, but more importantly, spread the word, right? Because we're with this partnership, we're adding 4 new trails to the urban wilderness, which is not an easy task, and it's awesome to be able to be doing that. Let's see here. I've got a prop for this next item, and it's a laminated map of Big South Fork. Yes. Lots of squiggles on this map. If anybody has ever been at Big South Fork with me, they know that I love to explore Big South Fork, and I hope that you would share that experience with me the first weekend of June. So June 3rd is always the first Saturday in June, National Trails Weekend, or National Trails Day. And so we celebrate it at Big South Fork every year. We go up there and help out Joe Cross and his crew up there at the Big South Fork Mountain Bike Club. Anybody that hasn't met Joe Cross, he is salt of the earth. He was the proponent who got mountain bike trails in a national park in the Department of the Interior. It had to be like 10 or 15 years ago that he got this designated trails, mountain bike trails in the park. And it is a jewel of a place to ride. If you haven't ridden Big South Fork, you need to join us. We'll be doing a work day on Saturday. We'll be doing a ride Saturday afternoon. We'll do a number of rides on Sunday, including a joy ride, ladies only ride. And there will also be what's always termed the epic ride, which typically lives up to that stature. We hope that you cramp halfway through. We hope that you have to dig deep and figure out how you're going to get back to your car. You will likely need a new drivetrain after this ride. You will, you'll learn how to hike with a bike. Yes, Kevin.
What's the
Horse poop situation on this particular ride, which is not yet to be planned? Low chance, unless we hit that one trail that's got some on it. But no, we will try to stick to quite a bit of single track. Joe's got some incredible gravel routes up there, which you should consider doing for some bike packing routes if you're looking for things like that. But again, Big South Fork National Trails Weekend, and we're there the whole weekend. So we rented out the group campsite E, I believe. So don't worry about reserving a site. Come up and join us. I think we've got about 40 sites within that. Joe feeds us on Saturday at lunch, and AMBC will help out with potluck on Saturday night. So no good excuse not to join us for that. Alex, did you have something for you wanted to speak about? Sure. Yeah.
I'll talk about that.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Alex Clark. I think most people know me here, but if you'll remember, well, right now my hat's turned backwards. So I own a company called Knoxville Outdoor Tours, and if you remember, 2.5 years ago, I stood up here with this crazy idea of starting this whole guide company thing, and it's kind of working. So it's been a fun adventure, showing people all about Knoxville and all that good stuff. So kind of thought it would be neat to provide a short update about that, and I hope you guys will keep us in mind when we've got so many people coming in town that a lot of folks are getting the maximum time out on the trails when they're here for a short amount of time. And of course, we've got rental bikes, and then most recently, we're certified coaches now too. So if you have anybody asking you that you're from Knoxville and they want to find out things and you can't show them around, or they need a bike or whatever, just give us a call. And then we're also looking for guides. So if you're interested in a part-time gig, especially during the week is ideal, let me know. We, of course, will give you the whole training ding, and then that's paid for your time training too. So come give it a shot, or if you know anybody that is in school, because that's always a pretty good source for us too. Because we can't do a full-time ding, but of course we can give a solid part-time gig. So that's for Knoxville Outdoor Tours. Now I'm going to flip my head around, and now I'm the trails coordinator for AMBC. So it's that time of year where we're kind of transitioning from work days into being able to ride all the time, which is super awesome. And people like Tony and Paul and Clay and all these folks throughout the trail systems that are keeping us going, got us through winter with our down trees. We're thankful for those folks. But now the big issue is overgrowth on the trails. So I'm sure we've all kind of seen it. I was at Fort Dickerson, I don't know, maybe Saturday, and you couldn't even see the single track. So we're trying to get folks fired up about weed eating, and we've got all the equipment that you could possibly need. And if you get a cool like koozie necklace, you can drink a beer while weed eating. So that's a cool thing you can do. Put some music in.
So I'm gonna say there's another cool thing about weed eating, brush trimming, which is the Strava lines. Okay, a few years ago, you may remember Corey and Jared had some of the best Strava times on West Perimeter, ACDC, all around the South Loop. These wandering lines that made them look like they were literally crawling down the trail, but that was because they were doing brush clearing. And so we certainly appreciate Corey and Jared's time over the years. Unfortunately, Corey's moved to the Tri-Cities area, or else, honestly, I think he'd still be doing it today for us. But we certainly do have the equipment. Dave Williams can deliver that sort of stuff to your house, bring you fuel, that sort of stuff. And AMBC is also in the position this year that we're going to be contracting out some of this work as well. And so I would like to be able to put some of the heavy lifting on professionals, but also professional brush bladers. But also I'd love to have a volunteer component to it too. So if it's something that you got some extra time, let us know. We'd love to have your hand.
One more thing. Speaking of the full-time trail maintenance stuff, so on Thursday, hopefully we're going to do shuttles. Of course, we've got to watch the weather, but those, the cash for gas and whatever's left over goes back into the trails and helps to pay for those sort of things. So even if you're not into the shuttle thing, if you see somebody else that's into it, send them on out. I guess we'll make that call Wednesday-ish and see if we're going to go for it. But we got a fancy new trailer that works super good. And it's a shuttle every 8 minutes. So hopefully see you out there. But yeah, that's all I had. If you see trees down, just let us know.
Yeah, to reiterate that, trees that are down in the woods don't go to Facebook, don't go to Instagram. They go to an email. They go to trails@ambcknox.org hopefully with just a quick photo and a screenshot on a map. And that allows Alex, that goes straight to Alex. He then sorts it and sends it out to different volunteers throughout the system that are trained. And they can be super efficient with their time and run in with a saw, cut it, and it'll be clear. So with that, the last couple things on my agenda are just basically events that are happening in the area. Dirty Bird's got a triathlon coming up first weekend of June. And June 11th, Baker Creek 3 and 6 hour mountain bike race. So that's being put on by Rev 3. And so that's something that not only if you want to participate, but also just an FYI that Baker Creek will be busy on the 11th. So with that, thanks everybody for joining us in our new space. Make sure to tip your bartender. Thank Chris Morton if you see him for bringing the pizza over. And with that, anybody else got anything that they need to talk about? Oh, yes. We need to look at comments on the internet. Let's see what the internet had to say. Yes, we know Joe Cross is the man. All right, low on the comment side. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next month. It will be June the 27th. Cheers.